Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Whitley County is getting creative to teach children about gun safety with a Halloween event. And Paintsville Independent Schools is halfway through funding an $8 million project.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. The time is 5:30 on October 24th. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Cameron Aaron for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Cameron, I had to put on my coat and bundle up this morning, but once I got in here, I was a little better. But,
yeah,
you know.
For sure. It's chilly this morning. We are watching out for some areas in the 30s as you wake up and kick off your Tuesday. But if you like the warmer weather, you will love the forecast on Tuesday. Also for much of this week, as we are tracking some above average weather, but not this morning though. Here's a live look overlooking downtown Somerset. Quiet and cool this morning. That temperature at 46 degrees. But again, some of us are waking up in the 30s this morning, down to 35 in Grundy. Check out Clintonwood, 33 degrees. We're close to freezing right now in Southwest Virginia, up to 52 though in Jackson, 51 over in Wayne County for Monticello. Up on the radar, we are dry this morning, and that dry weather is going to continue, all thanks to high pressure that is parked over the eastern U.S. So we are chilly right now, but a nice day is on the way. We stay dry and mainly sunny on Tuesday, and those temperatures topping out in the middle to upper 70s. So if you haven't had the chance to go out and explore that fall foliage across the region, today is a nice day to do so. Those highs back in the 70s, but some more 70s on the way for much of this week before a little bit of a cool down by next week. Those details coming up in just a few minutes. Madison?
Cameron, thank you. James Biddle is behind bars, charged with pulling the trigger on his mother. Deputies say this happened at a nursing home in the Henlawson area of Logan County. Officials say they were called to the facility on Bills Branch Road in Henlawson around 5:15 Monday evening. Officials say a 67-year-old woman who lives in the nursing home had been shot once in her chest by her son while he was visiting her in her room. Deputies say the suspect then ran out of the nursing home and drove away before being caught by West Virginia state troopers.
The way that he explained it to us was he just drove down and she looked at him a certain way, and apparently he didn't like it. He presented a firearm that he had concealed on his person and shot her in the chest.
Biddle is facing charges of attempted murder, malicious wounding, and wanton endangerment. As we first reported last week, employees at a Prestonsburg store are accused of selling mislabeled vape pens to teenagers. Prestonsburg police say they received 5 reports of teens showing overdose-like symptoms that required medical attention after using electronic vape pens.
Through our course of investigation, we actually had several events happen at the high school where some juveniles had gotten sick and been in possession of vapes.
During a controlled buy, officers say an area smoke shop repeatedly sold to minors under police surveillance. Prestonsburg Police Department executed a search warrant at the shop, seizing a large amount of product. Charges are pending the outcome of the investigation. The Powell County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a Breathitt County man wanted on an outstanding indictment warrant. Here he is on your screen. Jeremy Spencer of Jackson is wanted on the warrant out of Powell County Circuit Court for charges including trafficking in a controlled substance that stemmed from an incident in Clay City earlier this year. If you have any information, you are asked to contact Powell County Dispatch. Police in Wayne County have made an arrest in a string of storage unit burglaries. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says Mark Carpenter is charged with burglary and theft. Deputies say earlier this month the owner of Lockrite storage units found several units had been broken into and items were stolen. Deputies say security cameras showed the suspects cutting locks off the units. The Sheriff's Office says the investigation continues to find the second suspect. In Laurel County, the Sheriff's Office is asking for your help identifying a theft suspect. Look at your screen. They are looking for the driver of this pickup truck. They say this surveillance image was captured off of Left Fork of Fisherman's Cove, north of London. The Sheriff's Office says the driver reportedly took a utility vehicle, tools, and electronic items from a home. If you have any information about the case, you are asked to contact the Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. Officials in Whitley County are hoping to prevent accidental shootings involving children. We've reported on 3 deadly shootings in the last 3 months. All of them involve children getting access to guns and firing them, resulting in death. To spread awareness, police and the health leaders are hosting a Halloween-themed gun safety event this weekend.
Like I said, we want to tie it in. We want them to have a good time, but we also want them to be educated while they're there. And I've told a lot of the kids at the school, you know, go home and talk to your parents about this because they may know more than I do, or you may be able to educate your parents, which is fun as well.
The event will be from noon to 2 Saturday at the Kentucky Splash Water Park off Kentucky 92 in Williamsburg. It's free and open to everyone. New data shows it is now 52% more expensive to buy a home than rent one. That is because of climbing mortgage rates. Kelsey Soto is checking in with Kentucky Realtors about the housing situation in the Commonwealth.
The cost of buying a home versus renting one is at its most extreme since at least 1996, according to the Wall Street Journal. Rates on a 30-year mortgage are sitting around 8%.
No matter what, regardless of what rates are, there is still a great opportunity. There is still homes on the market that are ready for buyers to purchase.
Elizabeth Monarch, this year's president of Kentucky Realtors, tells me she's hopeful those rates will come down soon. Kentucky's median sale price right now is about $248,000. The average number of days on the market is about 18.
I've been doing this 22 years, and I can remember back in 2008, we couldn't find a buyer to save our life.
Rising housing prices can also make it harder for renters to scrounge up a 10% down payment. Others are making it work.
What we are also seeing is that in the month of August and September, 23% of purchases have come from investors. And people are saying, you know what, regardless of the rate, I can buy the rate down, I can marry the house, and I can refinance in the next 2 to 3 years.
Now, renting means your monthly payment can go up anytime you sign a new lease, whereas a fixed rate mortgage will lock in your monthly payment. Homeowners benefit whenever the price and value of a home goes up, but they do also pour more cash into their property for repairs, remodeling, and maintenance.
Just the importance of working with a realtor and experienced market professional, I think, would be helpful.
In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
3,800 homes were sold last month. Kentucky Realtors say September home sales equaled $1.1 billion, down slightly from August. The Appalachian Regional Commission has awarded Big Sandy Community and Technical College a $1.5 million grant. The funding will go toward improving the allied health classroom at the Pikeville campus. The project will renovate roughly 12,300 square feet of the Clayton Little building on the BSCTS's Pikeville campus. The college is seeking to expand and strengthen 3 critical allied health pathways at the Pikeville campus by September 2026. Yesterday, Governor Beshear announced $13.5 million for housing disaster recovery to help Kentuckians recover from the 2021 tornadoes in western Kentucky and the 2022 flooding in eastern Kentucky. This is the first round of rebuilding efforts from the fund. $9 million out of the $13.5 announced will be going toward housing agencies that serve eastern Kentucky. 115 new homes will be built, along with 45 homes being repaired as a result. Governor Beshear's senior advisor Rocky Adkins was in Lawrence County yesterday. Adkins presented more than $5.3 million to funding the benefit the county, which will go towards supporting cleaner water and increasing tourism. About $4.3 million will be committed to the Big Sandy Water District. Nearly $1 million will go towards the Cleaner Water Program. About $238,000 will be used for road resurfacing purposes. Another southern Kentucky city is being awarded funding for an EV charging station. Earlier this month, we told you about a location in Somerset being approved for a station. In an announcement made by the governor's office yesterday, London was also approved for a station. The location for that will be 105 Melcon Lane near the Econo Lodge Hotel. Richmond, Berea, and Winchester were also selected as cities to receive charging stations. School administrators in Paintsville are thrilled to see an economic development moving forward. A new facility will give Paintsville Independent Schools a chance to grow. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox tells us about the project.
$4 million into an $8 million project, including a $1.5 million grant announced by the governor's office. Paintsville Independent administrators are halfway through fundraising for their Economic Development Center.
There's not a lot of single A's in the state of Kentucky, and this just is going to offer our kids just another leg up on the bigger school systems.
Standard curriculum is included, but school administrators are looking to give students more opportunities through the academy.
Our counselors work with the students to discover their interest, what the student would like to study. And from there, we try to help tailor the curriculum to meet the needs of the students.
It is not just students, but the community itself that Superintendent David Gibson says they are investing in.
We'll hope to open that up to if a business wants to locate their business in Eastern Kentucky, they may pick up the phone and call Paintsville Independent Schools. I need some help training my workers.
The Academy can provide another example of the importance of schools to their community.
The future of the region, not to be cliche, runs through high schools in school systems.
Administrators say they will start construction on the building soon. In Paintsville, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
The building will be located on Main Street in downtown Paintsville. Administrators say it is a block away from the high school. Coming up, Tyler Perry has a new deal with Netflix where he plans to write and direct new films.
Plus, high pressure keeps us dry for much of this week, but some changes on the way by early next week. Those details coming up.